Studios.
Rob Scientist, Toastmasters.
And today we bring you views on the news, but before we start, we'd like to send our condolences as a team to the family of Ivan Semawanga. Last week we covered the story about his visit, Zari visiting him in hospital when he was unwell, and we're sadly reporting that he passed on yesterday. eDaily was able to get the story from the family, and you can actually go on edaily.co.ke to find out the full details. But on behalf of the Views on the News team and on behalf of Citizen Digital, we'd like to send our condolences to the family. So moving on to our first story today, Donald Trump seems to be having some issues, and now we have a thing called Don't Hold Trump, because Melania just was not too amused with him. Take a look at this clip. Alright, so if you're watching that clip, what exactly happened in this instance was Donald Trump had gone to visit Israel, and when he was making this wonderful walk, he tried to hold his wife's hand, and his wife would not have any of it. Yeah.
So why, first of all, if there's drama in the house, why bring it outside?
No, the thing is, it's not even that. It's so slight. You have to have like a keen eye to see the fact that, and it's not just this one occasion. There's so many different instances where they don't hold hands. And like the awkward moments between Melania and Trump is just epic. Like if you go online, you'll just see like there's a time when she's smiling at him like, "Oh my God, you're so great." He turns around, she's like,
First of all, the whole story of first of all, there's nothing like having a keen eye. The whole world is watching.
That's true.
No, but let me tell you, it's like that time when you have a fight with your mommy in the house, yeah, and then you have to go for a family function, right? And you guys are having all these smiles of, you know, our folks that are not noticed, and then she just gives you that, you know, she's having you food and she throws it at you, you know? It's that kind of thing. It's like these guys are having drama. Like, I don't know why we look surprised.
I think wanafaa kuelewana kutoka kwa hao, unaona kutoka kwa hao, kama unaambia wife leo nakushika mkono na kwambia usijaribu. No, mbele ya watu lazima waniache. Una president. Sini kama vile mtu enda kwa church na introduce this is better half hivyo anataka kuamka.
Let me tell you, it's not just Melania, you know, like it's different people that are forced to stand next to Trump and they don't want to hold his hand.
Wait, speaking of that, we have a very interesting video. We believe this is a spoof video, but apparently Trump tried to hold the Pope's hand, and we just need to cue the video for guys to watch it. It's hilarious. So yeah, Trump tries to hold the Pope's hand and the Pope will have none of it.
I wouldn't have anything of it.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's like this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the video. Oh, we don't?
We don't?
Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the video. So the two of them actually are...
man, that's clear.
Like
So
I tell you, it's like
So you see, the funny thing about this video, guys, it's okay, we believe it's a good video, but it's completely hilarious. It's like donuts, these guys,
and it's like, if you know how children, you know, they're forced to stand next to each other, you know, by their parents. It's like, I'm gonna stand there, but I will not smile, and I will not hold his hand.
Speaking of pictures, we need to move to our second story of the day. Bahati completely shocked Kenyans when he decided to come open and talk about this child of his that apparently appeared out of nowhere 2 years later. If you haven't followed the story, Bahati uploaded photos of his 2-year-old child, biological child this is, and this is months after he had actually come out, even last, so as back as 2015, Bahati had completely denied the existence of this child. There were stories that had surfaced that he had made a girl pregnant, and he said, no, it's not true, I don't have such a thing, you guys are trying to make me look bad. But now, he's come out with the photos. And eDaily, when we went further and we actually interviewed people who are close to the mother of the child, and we found out that Bahati has not been, quote-unquote, a father to the child. First, he denied the existence of the child. He has not been very supportive of the child in terms of taking care of the child. But one day he picks a child goes for a DNA test, realizes this child is his, and decides to be best father of the year on Instagram.
Hashtag Instagram fathers just need to be checked. Like, seriously. Like, you can't just... What is it with guys who just look at the story? Like, Yanni, you know that this chick doesn't have anyone else as a partner. But then you're like, how do I know? How do I know that that's not that much? It's like, yeah, but 2 years later. 2 years later.
That means that he actually did not have... He's not really sure the child is his.
What? He didn't have to wait 2 years.
My question is this. How is it coming as a surprise to you? You did basic biology in school.
Exactly.
So why you?
It's not basic biology.
Jo, acha niseme hivi, unajua watoto wote wakizaliwa wanafanananga. Hiyo ndio confuse.
No, wanakwanga open. No.
No, Jo.
That's why you have the grandmother to come and say that is
the grandmother. Lazima ungoje shape itoke ya kichwa because kuna mali shape.
No. But first of all, I have to go back to that point of biology. It's basic biology that a man and a woman are naturally, by instinct, able to do certain acts. Now, it does not mean that it happens between one person to another. It can be one and two other people. You could be having a boyfriend with two other girlfriends. You see. So now, the fact that he actually was doubting, I'm with Bahati on this. He's come round and said, look, I was not sure about that this story is mine. First of all, then he did the DNA. Once he found out that the kid is him, did he step up or did he not?
But let me tell you the challenges. He did not step up and take care of the child. One guy I respect is Kakasungut. Kakasungut, first of all, sorted his issues before he was out of the photos and the Instagrams with the babies. Because he took time, but he took time and dealt with his issue. This guy has picked a baby he's not been there, and then now Instagrams, and then even to make matters worse, Instagrams photos of his new chick with the baby. And he's not played it.
That's a bit out of line. That's a bit out of line. But you're relying on a story from a BFF.
But then just for clarity's sake, Ideli reached out to Bahati and his representatives. They refused to comment on the issue. They said he's out of the country. When he comes back, he will comment. But trust you me, we did. Ideli actually did the research, and by the time we're bringing this story here, we've done our research on it.
And let me tell you something, Drew. Look, I don't mind the fact that you know, at the beginning, you got that 9 months to say, oh no, this child is not mine. But the second the child is born, you do that paternity test there and then. You don't wait 2 years, okay, after she has struggled to bring up your child, and then you come and say, oh yeah, by the way, it's my kid. Hashtag, I can't wait, I'm so happy to have this baby. No.
The fight here reminds me of a fight that happened yesterday. Yesterday we had Peter Kenneth in studio with none other than Professor Kisengani and Auntie Guta, and we just have to show you, shots were fired. And they were fired good.
I think you have not quit Jubilee. You are a pretender, my friend. You are a political pretender. In fact, there are no independent candidates in Kenya, and you are one of them. Thank you. But you are a part of the huge bandwagon of jilted lovers of Jubilee who have just taken a step back to remain relevant. And at the appropriate time, they want still to go back to their old lovers. But let me finish this. Let me just finish, and then you can.
I was told I could interject. First of all, this was not a romantic relationship for one to be jilted.
It's a political romance. I'm talking about the political romance. I've discovered something about you. You are a very difficult person. You don't even answer questions.
And I'll say this, Prof, with the greatest respect. I would not refuse to answer any question. I just think you are not used to the way I respond to my questions that you've asked or put in front of me. There are issues. I think what I said was that first, I went into that participation thinking there would be free, fair and credible process. In the course of the day, having seen what I saw, I withdrew from the process.
Yes, so that was quite interesting because someone called my name. Shots were fired.
A jilted lover is on the ground. Oh my God! And you know the funniest thing is he's just like they're like. Talking that guy listens to you and he's like, how do you call a politician a jilted lover? Like, you know, I'm just like, this prof guy needs to be like in a ring with these guys.
I know,
like,
ding, 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 ding.
like, and Peter Kenneth needs an award for not whooping his ass.
But did you see this? Did you see this?
You know, like, that's like saying something else. You done? Are you done?
So you don't know what was happening at the what was happening on the table like yo.
Oh my God.
Lakini tunafaa kuambia wase ukweli. Unajua kuna ukweli unaweza ambia msee ashindwe kuongea. Unajua?
And all you can do is just
So ni
all you can do is laugh.
If you guys thought that was something, you need to listen to this one about football. I mean, for me, this one was 10-0. This next clip, was just crazy.
But what about football? Nairobi likes football so much.
Football?
Yes. Of course, he was the chairman of Kenya Football, Kenya Football Federation. And I remember during your time, the only achievement you had was Kenya drew with Nigeria 1-1. And you celebrate that kind of thing. But you were total failure in football. And football brings a lot of Nairobians.
But Prof, there are more substantial issues.
No, the point is going to address the same people in Nairobi. He's going to address the same people in Nairobi who also will judge him by his football management. And most of them who are here in our stadiums, Nyayo Stadium, City Stadium. Do you think you did a good job? So that they can still give you a what? Prof. You know where you grew up. You know where you grew up.
Allow me to respond. Allow me to respond. I'm probably the only KFF chairman who left money in the kitty. Prof, I brought commercial. Just hold on. I brought commercialization to football sponsorship. You watched it live courtesy of me. Prof, I started youth centers. I don't know what your description of failure is.
Let me tell you something, Peter Kenneth. His description of failure is your only achievement is the fact that you only have Nigeria draw 1-1.
Let me tell you, when even a compliment paid to use an insult, you pick your struggle. The reason why I'm not in politics, that is not my struggle. I can't pick that struggle. The only compliment paid to use an insult.
And the only way you can respond is Prof.
It's like when you're being scolded by your dad and you're seated there and you're like, Dad.
Dad.
No, Dad. I did Dad.
Your only achievement in high school is drawing 1-1 in Nigeria.
No, Dad. It's because Dad. It was not my fault. I had a headache.
You had a headache. I don't know. Rapta, wewe ndio unafunga kipindi leo.
I think msafa kwanza kuteka break kutoka kwa siasa. You unaonekana John ampigwa 10-0. Everywhere anago manzie John 10-0. So hiyo pause hiyo. Mko signature pause I think
10-0 Prof. I want to hold his hand. I want to hold his hand.
On that note, we end our views on the news this week. And if you want to catch Professor Kisengani in action every Thursday with Ann Kiguta on Opinion Court. That's all for us on Views on the News. Catch you again next week.